Yep, so I gotta put this guy back in to get a location for what I've determined to be stakes, which are chunks of the rebar, and I'll pound those in approximately where that end is there, but I'm gonna center the rebar over where the flange is. So I'm gonna have a support sitting right underneath this. Oh, that's cold. Moss underfoot feels so soft and comfortable. It's one of the best parts of summer. Woohoo! Downpour! Yeah, cut through knot. So I gave it 2 inches on either end. So the center of the rebar will be 2 inches in. And then to attach the rebar to the wood, I have a drill bit and U-bolts. So I center one of these U-bolts on the mark. Let's get a depth here. So I want it about an inch down. Just so it's somewhat symmetric. Gotta put that there. Water in the battery, not good. So now that's supported entirely by the end board. Now these guys can be used to set subsequent flumes. I apologize for the wind buffeting. I don't have a dead cat for my camera, which is just a cell phone. Alright, I've opened the trapdoor to not have flowing water where I'm working. And I have the second flume here staged, ready to go in. Problem is, there's not good footing around here. Alright, pretty level. I do want a little bit of slope, but not too much. And I was mounting these with the U-bolt on the bottom, so I have a little extra room to adjust these if needed. Let's turn this around because I beveled the holes in the right direction on this side. Now I was going to go with 2x4s for these cross members, but I went with deck boards because they didn't have any U-bolts at Home Depot that were long enough and reasonably narrow. I think this side will have to go up a hair, and then the other side I'll just have to lift up a lot more. Yeah, right now the flume isn't on the support board on this side. So I'll just untighten that a little bit. Not unloosen, it's untighten. If you unloosen, you're tightening things. Yeah, about there is pretty good. So you can see down the length of these guys. They're not perfectly straight. This one's twisted a little bit. That's because these guys are twisted a little bit. And I tried to combat that by building this in sort of a box frame with these longer tabs, and that's why I did that, to resist racking. So I guess that kind of worked, but I'll still have to maybe fudge these with screws while I screw them down, or I'll just let gravity take care of it, because these are going to have a couple 100 pounds of water in them. Maybe 100, I don't know. Here's 2 flumes worth of water. Leakage. So I need about 30 inches for the wheel. Base diameter is 22 inches plus the buckets are going to be about 3 inches. So that's 28. We'll just make it 30. And right here I'm barely at 30. And I think I could dig it down enough to work. So I think what I'm going to do is the last flume section that I have, this is 3 of 4 laid. The 4th one I'm going to cut short because that'll be plenty of head without making it too long. And the last piece I can more easily finagle for best flow or modification or anything that I need to do with it. So I think I'm liking that plan right now. So the problem down there right now is the flume is it's a little bit high, but that's because it's twisted. And in fact, these other ones down here are twisted a little bit too. So I might shoot a single screw into them just to hold them down. So now I can go shut the trap door and you guys will see the water flowing down. Because that's what you came for, right? It'll take a little bit for the water level to equalize. Right, so I let that equalize over dinner. And as you can see, there's a lot more water flowing out of it. But I'm going to add that last section, which is 2/3 of a flume, I think. I got to cut it down. So I'm going to shut the water off now, add that, and hopefully I'll be done before night sets. I'm going to do this right in line with the edge of the flange there. So I'm going to cut there, and cut there. Now because I'm going to put the wheel here, I need to put these supports further back. This is 1/2-inch caulk saver rope that you can get near the window and door section of your local home center. So that concludes the Flume video. All I have next to do is the water wheel, and then something to do with the power that I'll be making. Damn bugs. Alright, so how many inches do we have? So at the very top of the water I have, we'll call it 33.5 inches. And I can dredge out probably another 2 inches of the creek bed. I don't know that I'll have to, and I probably won't, because I only need, like I said, 30 inches. But I do have to dig out this section. That's not a big deal. And I want to say that I only have about a ½ inch, maybe an inch of head loss over this whole flume, which is 16, 24, and 2/3 of 8, which is about 30 feet. Call it 30 foot. And I'm pretty happy with it. Probably been 2 months since I finished the dam that I've been working on this in my off time, which hasn't been very often. I've been working on a whole bunch of other projects, which sadly a lot of them aren't even video worthy. Sorry. Things I have to finish up with the flume, which I won't video, but I just do off the camera, is I have to caulk along the seams here. There's a few spots that are dripping. I should probably caulk the joint between the flume sections because they are kind of leaking up there. I also need to seal up the sluice gate. I guess that's what it's called. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I might use the foam rope, but the gap's kind of tight. I don't know if it can fit. And I also need to put some sort of diagonal brace on probably 2 of these, just so that they don't want to go anywhere, because it can, shake side to side. I also want to pound down the stakes that are sticking up a little bit. I don't want to get impaled. I don't want anybody else to get impaled on them. And I also need to screw all of the flumes to the horizontal supports because I haven't done that yet. And as always, to support me, like, comment, subscribe.